October content is officially here in Pokemon Go. I can't believe we are already going into October. It is going to be getting cold for quite some few people, including myself. But before we do that, we got some epic Pokemon to catch, some new adventures to be had, and some secrets that might be coming in the near future. So welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. Starting off October, we're going to be jumping right into the max battles. Beldum will be the feature from the September 29th to October 5th. Just as a reminder, Beldum is still one of the top steel types in the game. Obviously, we have Zacian and Zamazenta, which are very powerful, but this one from a budget counter standpoint is still very viable and still something you may consider using, especially since it is going to be the combination of steel and psychic. And one of my strategies, and one of my I'm going to recommend to you guys, is obviously we can't mass trade Gigantamax, but we can mass trade Dynamax. So every Sunday all the way until, I believe, October 15th, we are going to be able to get trade days where we have increased lucky chances from doing trades. So saving up a bunch of Dynamax, having a buddy that's going to be playing with Dynamax, friend, whoever, and then you guys trade those Pokemon on Sundays with increased lucky chances. It's going to be a great way for you to jump into this Dynamax system, especially for me. I'm looking to get at least a good quality, hopefully 98% IV Chansey. So on this Max Monday, I was able to do a bunch of them, and this Sunday I plan to trade them, and I highly suggest that you guys do the same, and Beldum is a good opportunity for you to be able to do so because that Pokemon is valuable. From October 6th to the 12th, we're going to have Drillbur, and Drillbur is another one of those that is valuable. It is a ground typing, and it is the top current max battler for ground typing. On October 13th and 19th, we're gonna have Bunsweet. The 20th through the 26th is Ghastly, and the 27th through the 2nd is gonna be Woobat. So while these Pokemon do have shinies, I personally don't really care about getting these shiny Dynamax Pokemon unless they're gonna be useful, and that goes in application, and why I'm speaking of this is because of the Ghastly. Remember, we do have a Gigantamax Gengar, so a Dynamax Gengar is not gonna be nearly as strong, which is gonna lead us into the raid battles, and I regret to inform you guys what is coming for these raid battles. I am not a fan of seeing these Pokemon come back. I don't know if you guys are going to be either, but how many times can they bring these Pokemon back before we're like, dude, let's move on with these and put them away for a while. From October 7th to the 14th, we're going to be getting Deoxys. Yes, Deoxys is coming in the normal and the defense form. And then from the 14th to the 21st, which is almost the entire month of October, we're going to be having the attack form and the speed form in the raid battles. From October 21st to the 28th, we're going to be getting Genesect in the normal, the Douse, and the Shock Drive. So maybe from the 7th all the way till the 28th, it's time for us to take a break from raids, or maybe do some type of other raids to start contributing towards your increase in maybe regular raids as far as your metal goes to get that to platinum. And then on the 28th to the 4th, we have a little bit of a saving grace, which is going to be the Giratina Altered form. This one does have some play in the Master League. This Pokemon is a cool shiny, and it is a fan favorite, which is going to mirror what we do know as the Halloween season for the Pokemon Go events, which are always incredible. Or maybe we go and put our raid passes into the Mega Raid system. So from the 7th to the 14th, we're going to have the Hoenn starters of Sceptile, Blaziken, as well as Swampert. We did have raid days for those, so most of us probably don't need energy, but if you miss those, these ones are great budget counters, and they're all very respectively strong in their fire, grass, and water categories, and even multi-played here because we do have the Swampert that's great in the ground category as well, and the Blaziken that does pretty decent in the fighting category. October 14th through 21st is going to be Mawile and Salamence. Mawile, great dual typing Pokemon, so you do want this Pokemon at Mega Level 3 for the Fairy and Steel type, and the Salamence is one of the top budget Dragon type Megas in the game, along with Garchomp, but then we obviously have the Mega Rayquaza, but that one is a pay-to-play Pokemon. And then from the 21st to the 28th, we are going to be getting Houndoom and Absol. Not the best time for raiding between the Genesect and these Pokemon, even though that Houndoom is a fire and a dark type, another one I recommend having at Mega Level 3. And then from the 28th to the 4th, we're going to have 3 Megas making their way into the game. We're going to have Gengar, great Mega, strongest ghost type in the game. Mega Sableye, not a strong attacker, but a great dual type Pokemon to have at Mega Level 3 to get to the dark and the ghost typing, a great one for the Halloween season. I'm grateful this year that we have this one out. And then finally, we're going to have the Mega Bayonet, not one of the top attackers. Obviously, Gengar as a highest priority from attacker, and it's also a ghost and a poison type. For a Mega Level 3, I always recommend that those dual typings, you do have at least one of them from each dual typing that's unique at Mega Level 3 to capitalize on when an event comes out and you do need to have multiple things going on, which is always a good way to capitalize on candy in the game. Then as far as raid hours, on to October 1st, we're gonna have Dialga Origin Form. On the 8th, normal form Deoxys in defense. On the 15th, speed and attack form Deoxys. On the 22nd, we have all of the Genesect, the Shock, the Douse, and the regular form. And then on the 29th, it is not the altered form, but it is going to be the Origin Form Giratina, which is also a very viable, cool Pokemon with a great shiny. It's kind of cool how they're altering from the raid boss coming throughout the week and then adding on the forms for the raid hour, which they have been doing with the Palkias, which is kind of a cool concept. I'm a fan. I don't know what you guys think. As far as the spotlight hours go, Ferroseed on the 7th for 2x Evolution XP. On the 14th, 2x Catch Stardust for Petalil. On the 21st, 2x Catch XP for the Ghastly. And the Sinistea on October 28th for 2x Catch Candy. So the 2x Catch Candy, the Sinistea is obviously embedded in the Halloween event. Maybe we'll see the shiny debut this time around, which then leads us to the events. Remember, on October 14th, the XP Celebration event will end. The 2x Catch XP will end. Remember, on Sunday, October 12th, we're gonna have Solosis as the spotlight hour with, as of right now, said 3x Catch Stardust. I was anticipating that this could be a 3x Catch XP with a 2x Catch XP on top overlaid, which would give us a ton of XP for all the last minute grinders, but it doesn't look like that is going to be the case. So if you guys do want to go after this, please make sure that you're stacking all of the Audino tasks as much as you can, because that will yield you an incredibly large amount of Stardust, especially if you can stack 100 of those. From the 30th to the 7th of October, we have the Steel Skyline event. This one will be embedded within the October 4th event of Mega Metagross, which I will be in Dubuque, Iowa. I hope to see all you guys out there. From the 10th to the 16th, we're going to have the Harvest Festival if you want to check out the details up here. And then from the 16th to the 20th, we have the Pokemon ZA launch celebration event, which is very exciting because we have had brand new Megas be introduced into the game that are going to be coming, not to Pokemon Go immediately, but here's the thing. On October 18th, we are getting a Mega Raid Day, which means, for me, I'm anticipating that they're going to be putting in at least one of these brand new Megas as the introduction, because hear me out here. We have Mega Camerupt that's coming out this weekend. Then we have the Mega Metagross, which is going to cap all of the current Megas in the game. We will have every single Mega that is in the game actively. And then ZA drops and we have another Mega Raid Day, which for me, I'm anticipating something obviously coming to the game. Which one of the ones that we've been announced so far do you think will be coming into the game, or which ones do you think are unannounced that we might be able to see? From October 21st to the 27th, we have the Halloween Part 1 event. The 27th through the 2nd is a Halloween Part 2 event. I love the Halloween events, especially for all the candy that you can get. And then on the 25th and the 26th, we're gonna have a Go Battle weekend. So make sure you guys are ready. Make sure if you're grinding out there, you're hitting as many excellent throws as possible. Remember, 176 million is the target. You can get there by October 14th if you grind as hard as you possibly can. You're paying attention to the XP Celebration research, which you can check out the complete research guide up here to see what you're gonna be able to get. And most importantly, just focus on those excellent throws. Even if you just do an hour of excellent throws every day, and then spotlight hours you're focused on, events you're focused on, you're not overlooking any of these raid days, and most importantly, every single community day that you have the opportunity to play, you play because of all those boosted spawns and how much easier you will be able to hit these excellent throws on these Pokemon with the easier catch rates as well. So that's it for the month of October. I hope you guys have a blast, and we're gonna see you out on the next video. Peace.